240 horsepower, a supercharged engine, and a sound that feels like a fighter jet taking off. This isn't just another motorcycle. This is the Kawasaki Ninja H2, one of the craziest machines ever built for the street. The Kawasaki Ninja H2 is not a normal bike. The moment you look at it, you instantly realize this machine was built with one purpose: domination. From its aggressive aerodynamic bodywork to the unbelievable power hidden inside its supercharged engine, the Ninja H2 stands in a league of its own. Kawasaki shocked the motorcycle world when they introduced the H2. Nobody expected a production motorcycle with a factory-installed supercharger. While other companies focused on naturally aspirated engines, Kawasaki decided to create something wild, dangerous, and unforgettable. And they succeeded. The Ninja H2 quickly became one of the most talked about motorcycles in the world because of its brutal acceleration, futuristic design, and insane performance numbers. Even today, years after its launch, the H2 still feels like a motorcycle from the future. At the heart of this beast is a 998 cubic centimeters inline-4 supercharged engine. But what makes this bike special is not just the engine size, it's the supercharger system developed by Kawasaki's aerospace division. Yes, the same company that works on aircraft technology helped engineer this motorcycle. The result is pure madness. Twist the throttle, and the Ninja H2 launches forward like a missile. The acceleration feels endless. Riders often describe the experience as terrifying and addictive at the same time. The supercharger creates a unique whistling sound that instantly separates the H2 from every other superbike on the road. And when the boost kicks in fully, the bike transforms into an absolute monster. The Ninja H2 produces around 240 horsepower with ram air, making it one of the most powerful production motorcycles ever created. That kind of power is difficult to understand until you actually experience it. This bike can destroy highways in seconds and leave almost everything behind. But speed alone does not define the Ninja H2. The design of the H2 is equally breathtaking. Every angle of the motorcycle looks sharp, aggressive, and aerodynamic. Kawasaki gave the bike wing-like body panels, futuristic mirrors, and a stunning metallic paint finish that reflects light like a mirror. The signature green trellis frame adds even more aggression to the overall look. Whether the bike is parked or moving, it grabs attention instantly. People stop, stare, and take pictures because the H2 simply looks unreal. The riding position is sporty but surprisingly manageable for experienced riders. Kawasaki designed the H2 to be more street-friendly than the track-focused H2R. That means riders can actually enjoy this machine on public roads while still experiencing insane performance. And speaking of the H2R, the H2R is the track-only version of the H2, producing even more power and reaching unbelievable speeds. It has become famous worldwide for breaking speed records and terrifying riders with its raw performance. But for most people, the standard Ninja H2 is already more power than they can ever fully use. To control all that horsepower, Kawasaki equipped the H2 with advanced electronics and rider aids. The motorcycle features traction control, launch control, cornering ABS, multiple riding modes, engine braking control, and a quick shifter. These systems help riders manage the brutal power more safely, especially during aggressive acceleration. Without these electronics, the H2 would be nearly impossible to control for average riders. The TFT display on the motorcycle gives the rider access to all important information, including speed, RPM, riding modes, boost pressure, fuel level, and connectivity options. Everything feels premium, modern, and race-inspired. When you start the engine, the H2 immediately sounds different from ordinary superbikes. The idle feels deep and mechanical, but once the RPM rises, the supercharger whistle becomes louder and more aggressive. That sound alone is enough to excite motorcycle fans. On highways, the Ninja H2 feels unstoppable. The acceleration at high speeds is simply ridiculous. Even when already moving fast, the bike continues pulling harder and harder. This is where the supercharger changes everything. Unlike many naturally aspirated motorcycles that lose intensity at higher speeds, the H2 keeps delivering power aggressively throughout the RPM range. And yet, despite its terrifying performance, the bike remains surprisingly smooth and refined. Kawasaki engineered the H2 with incredible precision. The throttle response feels sharp but controlled, and the electronics work seamlessly in the background. The suspension setup also plays a major role in the bike's performance. The H2 features high-quality suspension components that provide stability during extreme acceleration and high-speed cornering. At top speeds, stability becomes extremely important, and the H2 handles it beautifully. The braking system is equally impressive. Kawasaki equipped the bike with powerful Brembo brakes capable of stopping the machine confidently even after aggressive riding. Because with this much speed, strong brakes are absolutely necessary. One of the most impressive things about the Ninja H2 is how it combines insanity with technology. This motorcycle feels like a superbike from the future, yet it is fully street legal. That combination is what makes the H2 so legendary. Owning a Ninja H2 is not just about transportation. It's about emotion, excitement, and attention. This bike turns every ride into an event. Even people who know nothing about motorcycles become fascinated when they see an H2. The bike's presence is impossible to ignore. However, the Ninja H2 is definitely not a beginner motorcycle. The power delivery is extremely aggressive, and inexperienced riders can quickly get into dangerous situations. This machine demands respect. Riders need skill, confidence, and responsibility to handle the H2 properly. One small throttle movement can unleash unbelievable acceleration. But for experienced riders, that is exactly what makes the bike so exciting. The Ninja H2 also represents Kawasaki's engineering ambition. Instead of following trends, Kawasaki created something unique and revolutionary. Very few motorcycles in history have changed the industry the way the H2 did. Even today, the H2 continues to inspire motorcycle fans around the world. YouTube videos featuring the bike regularly gain millions of views because people love watching its brutal acceleration and hearing the unforgettable supercharger sound. Social media helped turn the H2 into a modern legend. And honestly, it deserves the attention. The combination of futuristic styling, aerospace engineering, insane horsepower, and street legality makes the Ninja H2 one of the most iconic motorcycles ever built. There are faster bikes. There are more comfortable bikes. There are more affordable bikes. But nothing feels quite like the Ninja H2. It delivers an experience that few motorcycles can match. Every ride feels dramatic. Every acceleration feels explosive. Every tunnel becomes an opportunity to hear the supercharger echo through the walls. That emotional connection is something special. The H2 is not simply about reaching high speeds. It's about how the bike makes the rider feel. The machine creates excitement every single time the engine starts. And that feeling never gets old. Even years after its release, the Ninja H2 still looks futuristic. Kawasaki designed the bike so aggressively that it continues turning heads everywhere it goes. Many motorcycles age over time. The H2 doesn't. It still feels modern, advanced, and intimidating. For motorcycle enthusiasts, the Ninja H2 represents a dream machine. It combines engineering excellence with raw emotion in a way few motorcycles ever have. And while most riders may never fully use its power potential, just knowing that power exists beneath the throttle is thrilling enough. The Kawasaki Ninja H2 is more than transportation. It is more than performance. It is more than speed. It is a statement. A statement that engineering can still be exciting. A statement that motorcycles can still shock the world. And a statement that Kawasaki was bold enough to build something truly unforgettable. Ending. So when you hear that supercharger scream and watch the Ninja H2 disappear into the distance, remember one thing. This isn't just a motorcycle. This is Kawasaki's ultimate masterpiece.